the best player in the world out of these two. Over here in the north, with completely innovative, revolutionary play, he is sOs. And down here in the south, from the streets of Brood War, he is Jaedong!
Mean streets those were, Tasteless, but he ruled them.
Indeed. So, as we've already mentioned, this map is really weird due to the shape of the main. You have access from air all throughout the main. I mean, it's a really open spot. It's not like Akalon, for instance, where you're tucked into a little nook and you can turtle and defend.
It's also got that crazy natural where you can get behind it and shoot up if you have any vision.
Lots of airspace for those Mutalisks, which we know Jaedong loves to come in and do a lot of damage as the game goes on.
So we see SOS has opened up with a gateway in the main. This still, of course, can be a fast expand build. And Jaedong is now going to head his drone over here to his natural and make a hatchery.
That's right, no fear out of Jaedong. He's going for that hatchery first, and I do think it's going to be just about every game. And you know what? Hatchery first, really nice against a gateway expansion.
I mean, if we look at Jaedong's history this year and tournaments he's played, every single time that he played against Naniwa, for example, earlier on in DreamHacks and other WCS tournaments, it was always hatchery first. Naniwa physically had to go double gateway rush against it.
He's doing something crazy again. He's got the pylon going down here. It looks like he wants to freak out Jaedong due to the past
mind games.
Hashtag mind games here. And then he cancels. Now that's drones that are not mining for a certain period of time. But Jaedong didn't overreact.
No, he only pulled a third drone down and then turned it around when he realized, oh, okay, this guy is pulling my chain. So that was a nice mind game by SOS, but Jaedong caught on to it very quickly.
I have literally never seen in like a finals like this somebody who's so brainy in their play. I mean, everything SOS does is disguised so well. I can't imagine how difficult it is for Jaedong to read him.
Artosis, you've had the opportunity to commentate week in, week out SOS this year. He's from the Korea region. You guys commentate the Korea region. What are some of the tendencies that you see from gateway expansions as we're seeing from SOS now that he usually does?
You know what? I would not be surprised at all if we saw him throw up a Stargate. I feel like that's where his strength really does lie. You give this guy a couple Void Rays and a Twilight Council, and he's going to make some magic.
I got to agree with you there, Artosis. I think the Stargate is definitely the way to go here. He's really good at using active units like Phoenixes, for instance.
What is that?
What?
It's called a robotics facility.
Oh my God, a robotics facility. What does that make?
Immortals.
Immortals?
Oh. They live forever.
Well, maybe not in this game against Jaedong. Now,
you know
where is he going to take us here? These games are so hard for us to predict at this point in time because SOS has been playing so weird. The positioning of the robo, by the way, tucked into a corner, not out at the entrance, right? I don't know how much more we can glean from that. Well, he is walling in with the gateways. Is he going to do some kind of a weird timing? Is it even something as simple as I just want to get an observer out really fast? I mean,
this is Immortal Zealot. He only has one gas. That is exactly what we are about to see. This is a build that was like really good in the Korean metagame for about a day and a half earlier this year. And oh, a warp prism? What is this?
Well, Jaedong with his Overlord has spotted the lack of that single gas on the left-hand side.
Let's see if he sees the warp prism here.
He sees the lack of gas.
Oh my God.
Which way does he turn?
Well, is
he turning at all?
He's not turning at all. He's
turning. He's going to exactly curve around this robo. He's going to draw an outline of a robotics facility. And yeah, he never saw.
So
well, that doesn't.
Well, he sees it now with the wings.
Well, with the warp prism being built first over the Immortal, even though some of you may say, well, he's not building the Immortals as fast as possible to rush them out here. But what this does offer, Imagine if this Warp Prism really pushes Jaedong to make a lot of units. That also slows him down because he's not building drones at this point. He needs a higher economy to deal with an Immortal attack.
Now he's making a bunch of gates off of this, and this doesn't seem like a super committed robo attack, and this is going right into what we've seen SOS doing all night tonight, is just the mind games, faking him out, psyching him out.
Well, he's making those roaches be produced. And in fact, we do have some drones coming up from Jaedong, so he's not overmaking at the moment. But this attack, when it comes, guys, it's going to be so scary. A lot of Zealots, a lot of Immortals, still no second gas.
Do you think Jaedong's identified what's going on yet? He's seen a lack of that, second gas inside the main base. He's droning quite heavily. He sees a Warp Prism flying around.
I think he thinks that SOS had to have changed what he was going to do because it's been scouted, but SOS, always deep in those mind games, is just continuing forward with this crazy all-in.
And he's going to push out now and see if he can't press for some damage.
Well, he's moving forward. The Warp Prism, warping in a couple more Zealots. Jaedong is building units. He's not too high up with his drone count, currently 54, and he is building 10 roaches. Are they going to be enough here? Remember, with no sentries, he's not going to really be able to hold these units back from rushing in.
That is a lot of roaches, but yeah, with that many Zealots, I mean, you can't kite all day against this, and look at that, a beautiful Time Warp does go down. The Immortals moving forward, trying to hit the roaches. A second Time Warp goes down.
He's continuing to just press for more and more damage. The roaches now up against the ropes. The Zealots here just dishing out so much. He can continue to warp in. These Immortals are so well positioned, by the way.
Just an amazing attack thus far. More and more roaches just piling out. But these two Immortals killing them off. GG! And that brings us to 3-1 for SOS.